Yeah, that's a huge cookie. It was there were 5 cookies in a pack, but now there's only 1 because...
I just shoved my hands all over it.
Yeah.
Now
How dare you touch my cookies? But today we're going to just take a chill pill and talk about writing because recently, where did we go recently?
Oh, you went to a jazz bar. Totally
Yeah,
forgot.
Yeah, totally forgot.
My God.
That's the entire subject of this video.
Oh my God, my brain felt like my asshole just then.
So we went to a jazz bar and I was enjoying myself. You know, I was just like knocking the table, and then everyone was just like vibing with the music. It was live music, so it was just like, it's kind of like a rock concert, but like,
everyone sits down.
But everyone sits down.
And you're not allowed to dance.
Yeah, and we started dancing.
Yeah.
And people looked at us weird.
Because we're just too cool. Hot dog, do it.
Just
do it. Do it.
Do it.
You're not dancing hard enough, God.
No, exactly. No, you were totally in the mood. You were.
So are you.
Yeah.
I've got a video of you.
Really?
Yeah.
So we went to this jazz bar, and when I was listening to all the jazz happening, Jay was writing on his phone.
Oh yeah.
He was writing some really good prose on his phone. But I just started thinking about this idea, because this is a storytelling video. I started thinking about this idea of like, what is it with writing? I mean, like, you know, nowadays everyone has a phone, right?
Yeah.
Right? Nowadays everyone has a camera. You know, anyone can pull out their phone and document like how amazing the jazz show was. But I just want to open a can on this one with you, Jay. What do you think like writing can capture that just like phones just can't?
I felt a bit bad writing on my phone during the jazz.
Yeah.
It looked like I was texting. Yeah. And they were like going full on. And there's me just like, you know, but actually I was writing like some prose, but they couldn't see that.
No, they couldn't.
They probably thought I was writing to a doctor or something. But
your asshole appointment.
Yeah, my asshole appointment. You have a clinic tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I think. Do you mean like your question is writing compared to filming on a phone?
Yeah, because like, what's like that extra dimension that writing adds to like reality that just filming couldn't? Because right now, if you want to document stuff, the easiest way is to like voice memo, put it on Instagram, just document it.
Oh, you want to hear a really funny story?
Yeah, let's go.
So today I met a guy, and he's a gonzo photographer, and he runs around the city with a camera and a flash, and he literally goes in people's faces and he goes kapow, and he's like ha, he runs off. Anyways, I met up with him today, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm so tired of social media, and you know, and it's just like a digital wasteland.
Yeah,
you know, like as soon as you post your stuff in there, it's just just another post among a vast ocean of other shit stuff.
That's exactly what it is.
When you're filming, people change. When there's a camera, look at us. When we're looking at the camera,
it's weird.
I feel weird.
Exactly.
Like I feel like I'm like getting zapped by a laser beam.
Exactly.
And,
that's like what David Foster Wallace talked about. Like it takes so much work to like pretend the camera's not there.
Yeah.
It's just like Charlie Rose was like, you know, just like pretend the camera's not there, and then Wallace was like, you know, I got news for you. You know, being on camera triggers your what am I going to look like on camera, like that client, like nothing else.
Even like your little twitches or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, will the people on the other end see it?
Mm-hmm. It's like if you put a camera in front of things, it's like a million times harder to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, if a jazz band knows, like
they're on film.
They're on film. They just like they get this like anxiety.
Because it's not the human eye.
It's not.
Like a human eye is so much more natural than the lens of a camera, and also. I put off from buying a camera for the longest of times because most of the stories that I ever collected all came from conversational. So I would never write in the moment. I would have a conversation like here and now or talking to you on here. And then I would write what they said later. Because as soon as the person knows you're documenting them, they will try and be somebody.
Exactly.
Rather than just be themselves. Have you not realised that?
All the time.
Yeah.
So this is why, like, in a sense, I don't hate the idea of vlogging, but there's just something about, because writers are very observant people.
Yeah.
Right. You observe things, you take things into consideration. You're like, okay,
we're like fly on the wall.
Fly on the wall, exactly.
Yeah.
So like the best kind of like artists, writers, whatever medium you prefer, you like to paint, you like to draw, or like the idea is to take a back seat.
Yeah.
Right, just observe everything where no one's disturbed. But if you have a camera with you all the time, you're like doing that all the time.
It's the same as being a journalist.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're going for an interview. Man, when I go for an interview, I shit myself because I want to say all the right words.
Yeah.
But if you just if you just talk to someone as if you're talking to them now,
Right now,
without the realization it's going to be captured, they're going to just say what's on their mind is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of writing.
That's the beauty of writing.
Without any pretext.
Yeah. You know, like remember like an interview with John Steinbeck. You know, Steinbeck became really famous as a writer, but then he was like, this fame is getting in my way because I can't sit down at a cafe without someone recognizing me.
Fame's his lens.
Exactly. Because before he was just able to like observe people and write about it, but then he became this hotshot American writer, and then like everyone just started like, are you that? Look, people are no longer natural. Right?
So here's the deal: if we ever become super famous, we need to buy a rubber mask. I want 25 moles, and I want to have 7 extra teeth.
I want like who's the serial killer again? Michael Myers.
You won't go in. No one will let you in all the bookshops. You won't have a job anymore because you can't go anywhere.
Bookshop. Hi, it's me again. Sorry for interrupting this wonderful conversation. Also, here's the giant cookie. But I just want to spend a second to say thank you to today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a platform where you can learn everything and anything. If you have a membership to it, that is. Right now, there are a ton of courses taught by supposed business gurus, taught by quacks that were just completely inadequate. So it's pretty rare to find something that's so condensed, taught by people that you could trust. So I strongly recommend Skillshare for their fantastic writing classes. And I stumbled upon a course that you guys would just absolutely love. This course right here is designed for people who are suffering symptoms of a writer's block, a creative block, or in more extreme cases, a writer's blockade. So if you're stuck, if you just want a little more flair to your writing, check out this course. It's a 10-day writing challenge designed to get you out of your writer's block by Emily Gold, and it's a really short course. So if you want to check out the course and keep up with your writerly education, be sure to check out the link in the description down below. That link is going to give you 30% off on your premium membership. And again, the first 1,000 students will have access to that sweet 30% off. I'll probably finish this cookie. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to the video. Welcome back. We are here again after the brief intermission. And we're going to talk about jazz because we totally didn't talk about jazz. And so basically, my experience with that visit was that I feel like our writing's quite distinct. Like our voices are quite distinct from one another.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself as kind of I'm a storyteller, of course, but my kind of storytelling is not exactly
Your storytelling is like a steam train.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say your storytelling goes and then between it is kind of for me, when I hear your reading and your writing, what am I saying? When I hear your writing, not reading.
Reading and writing.
Yeah, when I hear your writing, it's very straightforward, and that's the beauty, because you can write really complicated.
I don't want it.
But you don't.
I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, you don't want to be like one of those pretentious people. You just write straightforward, and that's what
I love it. Yeah.
I dig.
That voice is,
I can't do what you do, to be honest. I can't go long form. Mm-hmm. You're not emotional.
I don't.
No.
I don't like writing about emotions.
You're not an emotional person in any way, so it kind of reflects in your writing.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's kind of just in my head all the time.
That's you.
Quite logical. People look at this cup and they're like, oh my god, all my emotions are in this cup. I can't have this cup of tea.
My sadness fills the cup. My sadness fills it with my tears.
Yeah, something like that, right? I prefer to be not a social critic, but I love picking up how things work and how in certain situations people are weird in certain ways. Idiosyncrasies, I hunt.
Your writing is that's your bloody core.
Yeah, I hunt for any idiosyncrasies. For example, me looking for a man's handkerchief, and I realized that's no longer a thing in the 21st century. So people looked at me weird when I went into a store. I'm just like, do you guys have, man's handkerchiefs?
What's the difference between a man's handkerchief and a woman's handkerchief?
I have no idea. The pattern?
Where'd you hear about men's handkerchief from?
I have no idea. Anyway, so I went through a few stores, and they all gave me the weirdest looks. It's just that's no longer a thing. Now you can only find that stuff from luxury brand stores. It's just no longer available. You can't buy a wipe for
for the forehead.
Yeah, for the forehead anymore. So that was kind of interesting. But your writing, on the other hand, like, how would you explain it?
I guess it's kind of like I go for idiosyncrasies too, but mine are more a bit wild. Like if I could explain an idiosyncrasy that I write about, it would be erratic hands or shaking eyeballs, or some man yelling, I'm an alien," and then and then I will go up to him and ask him why you're an alien, and he will tell me, and then my writing is basically trying to deconstruct what people would think is crazy. I think that's pretty accurate.
much it. Yeah.
So first off, let's talk about this. Right, here we go. So when I go on the street, I have this notebook, and I always write with a pen. The black one ran out of ink, so now I use a blue one. As you can see, now it was black and
Just turned blue.
now it's turned blue because I've got no black left.
Yeah.
So I always write in a notebook. So basically I'll be going around and usually strangers come to me more than you've noticed. We've been on the street
You just
together.
attract that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm a
Yeah.
magnet for
Yeah.
I'm like a vortex for crazy weird
For
stuff.
crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, you know, if people are talking like some crazy, like, oh, aliens are real, or I'm a ghost and I come from the 20th century, and I'll ask, oh yeah, you know, how is it in the 20th century? And basically my writing is to give voice to those who too often go unheard. Find meaning between the lines. So usually, so let's talk about street writing. Street writing is a very complicated writing technique, because not only do you need to practice how to write, but you've also got to practice how to watch and talk to people. Because when you want to be a really good street writer, you kind of got to be a bit of a diplomat in terms of talking to people, because someone will talk to you. Let's say someone comes up to you and they believe that they can fly. They will probably tell you a million words in the space of 10 minutes. Your job as a street writer is to go, great, yeah, and ask them more questions. Oh yeah, how does flying work? And they'll go, you get up and you jump up into the sky and you set fire to your bum, and then you go but between all this craziness, there'll be some form of meaning behind it, and they'll also give you a backstory of their past. And so you go away from this conversation, and then you'll just I always do it 10 minutes after a conversation, and I just write literally stream of consciousness of everything they say, and I link the dots, and eventually you
find a story.
You find a story in there, and it teaches you something new that you would never really think about. And even if the person doesn't initially mean to teach you what they have to say,
you'll find it.
You find it.
Yeah.
And that is the art of a street writer.
So this is, in a sense, Jay's work. Do you want to explain what you do?
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is more like a narrative, like, how do I explain, like, my YouTube channel is basically documenting our literary movement that we're doing together. And also I make narrative storytelling pieces via video and prose, because just like we were talking about with the with what's the difference between capturing it on writing and film, I've realised it's better to film some stuff but not actually the moment, and then voice over the prose. So you're capturing the actual moment through writing, and also you're creating a visual identity of what you're seeing. And you were the one who kind of helped me figure it out.
Yeah, because I did two diary entries of just us in the city, and I realized that's not really my art form. Like, I'm not really super passionate about it, so I just switched to completely like Metropolitan Diaries, picking up idiosyncrasies. You know,
it's your vibe, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work on so a new Metropolitan Diary is gonna come out. It's gonna be about very strange phenomena where people tend to just, like, people are stupid at, like, places that they haven't been to, like a new jazz bar, like a new cafe or something, because you don't know how anything works.
That girl was so rude.
I know. That's like the idiocy that you have to deal with on your part. So that's a new diary entry that's coming out, and just check out the blog in the description down below. I'm gonna link you guys to his channel. He's absolutely amazing.
Hello.
Go check him out. And yeah, I think that's it.
I think we talked about a lot of stuff.
We did. So
by the way, I just want to say, since I've got to know Robin, it was always he was the Burrows and I was the Karak.
Maybe.
But actually, we've worked out he's more of the Karak, and I think I'm more of the Burrows.
You're the crazier one.
I'm more like Neil Cassidy.
You're like The Deep Moriarty.
The Deep Moriarty.
Check him out if you want to like see the behind the scenes shit.
And keep liking his stuff, innit?
Yeah, keep liking his stuff. Just
What's going on?
I think that's good. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
I will see you in the next one.